Oh, hey guys, it's Monday, March 21st. It's 10:07, and about to start my little morning routine here. Today I got a bunch of Pokemon games to double check batteries and probably replace a bunch of them. Somewhere is my battery tester. I tried to pre-set up everything this morning, but never works. Never works. I always forget something. Okay, well, I'll find that thing in a second. Anyway, I got a super sweet old Game Boy with a hot guy reflection in it. Anyway, this guy's got a bunch of dead lines to him. I'm going to try and figure out how to fix that later. Someone said I could just reseat the ribbon cable at the bottom, but I have a hard time believing that. I'm going to try it anyway. May as well. One thing I found from time to time is if you shock the screen by like turning it off and on violently, sometimes you'll get the lines to come back. Sometimes. This might not be one of those times. Let's get more violent. Oh! Nope. So that didn't work. But I can fix a bunch of Pokemons today, so may as well start with that. And we can use this to test them, that's for sure. The battery tester, though, I do need it. It's just out of arm's reach. Wicked. Alright. Stool broke yesterday. It's falling apart. I gotta fix that today, too. Everything I got right now is just falling apart. But yeah, let's start with a Pokemon Red. So yeah, inside these guys are little batteries. We're gonna take that out. We're gonna use a security bit that I bought on eBay for a couple bucks. It's a 3.8 millimeter like security bit. I said 3.5 last week. It's pretty sure it's 3.8. I don't know. If you just type security bit into eBay, the thing pops up. They usually come in sets of two. You get the machine version and the small cartridge version. But I'm just gonna pop that out and double check the battery. So yeah, that's the original battery that it came with. The solder points are really nicely done. And generally these things die pretty quick, but let's double check this one. So yeah, this battery tester, I bought at a garage sale for a few bucks. It was amazing. You can buy like any of them if you really want, but if your game's not saving, the battery's dead. That's pretty much a fact. And this one's within range, 2.9. It's like 0.1 away from being full volt. So I'm gonna leave that because that is pretty damn good. So yeah, for 20 years that thing's been sitting around and it's still alive. That's amazing. I wish that could be said about the gold, silver, crystal series. That's these dudes here. These guys have little clocks in them. So yeah, we'll double check the batteries in that. They're usually dead every time I receive them. So we'll see if this set is dead. They have the same. Oh, already someone knows. Needs battery. That's my job. But yeah, more often than not, these ones are always dead. And the traditional series, the blue and red and yellow, are usually, not usually, but they have a better chance of being still alive. Which is funny, like old NES games, like every Zelda that comes in, those like gold ones, Zelda 1 and then Adventures of Link or whatever, the side-scrolling weird one, those ones the batteries are always alive. Same with the Final Fantasies and the Dragon Warriors. Oh, this one's been replaced before, because that looks like one of my batteries. Let's double check that dude. What do we got here? So you guys can see it too. We got 2.8. So yeah, that's still in range. Usually I like to change these when they're about 2.7 to 2.4. So yeah, that one's still pretty solid. So I'm going to leave that one, because that still has another like good couple years in it. These things will always eventually die. It's just the nature of the beast. Alright. So yeah, those two pass for sure. That's an original one as well. This one's nasty. There's so much grime in there. But yeah, the reason why these guys die so fast is that's a little clock. Count time with it. So that thing's always powered by the battery, which drains that little dude just like a wristwatch. Like you throw your Casio in a drawer for 2 years and she's dead when you pull her out. This one's super dead. So yeah, we will definitely be replacing that one. And let's double check this crystal. Yeah, same thing. Got a clock there as well. They look so similar. I gotta be careful I don't mix them up. So let's double check that. 0.1. Yeah, that thing's super dead. So there's two that I get to replace real quick. So let's not move them. Awesome. So yeah, to replace batteries, super easy. I buy these things on eBay. They're like 50 cents in bulk or like $1 loose. Printed side's positive, negative side doesn't have any printing. But they have these little frames like spot welded to them, so they're easy to put in. You've probably seen other tutorial videos where people have peeled like this off and just slammed another one in there and taped it shut. That's terrible. Like if you jar these things, that'll come loose and your Pokemon are dead. The worst one I've ever seen in all the years I've been doing this is someone like band-aided one in. A buddy from another game store brought it in and I taught him how to like do some batteries, and one that we opened, totally just a regular ass band-aid stuck in there. But getting them out's easy. I preheated my soldering iron. You can buy these things anywhere. They're dirt cheap. They're like $8. The solder, buy from a specialty place, like buy good solder, not dollar store solder. I keep repeating that. Dollar store solder is the worst. Beads up like sand. It's like impossible to spread. And this stuff should spread super smooth. I don't know if you can see that. Super close to my face. Glasses. Kids wear those things. Oh, it's more dangerous for me putting these things on. I pretty much poke myself in the eye every single time. Alright, so yeah, we're going to follow the little keys on here. They got a plus there and a minus there, telling me what orientation to put these guys in. And then yeah, to solder something, you got to heat both points up that you're soldering so they're hot enough, and then you attach the solder to it. But since I got a ball of solder already on the board, I'm going to heat the solder and the pin I want to attach it to for a little bit longer than usual. And you should watch it bleed over once it gets hot enough. Cools really fast, so you don't have to worry there. Heat it up, put it on the tab, and watch it bleed. Perfect. And that should be a good solder joint. If you don't heat both sides, you'll get what I read recently is called a cold solder joint, where it'll probably just snap off eventually. But yeah, that's a new battery in the silver there. Let's double check that. Make sure I'm not backtracking. Yeah, 3.2. That one's super good. Awesome. So that's one less game going to the dumpster. Try to save as much stuff as I can. You should too. Like, learn how to do this. It's really, really easy. Definitely don't. I guess quick fix. Yeah, I'd tape it in there. Don't do it though. Like, it super sucks. You can like learn how to do this just as fast. So yeah, get the battery out. This is my little technique. I heat up the one side first, pull it up so it's just sitting there while it cools, and then I get good leverage to pull it off this side. Boop. Oh, the phone's been going off the hook today. But yeah, we don't open till 11, so you're gonna watch me just put that on silent real quick. Feel real bad about it, but can't do this and answer the phone at the same time. Oh, and yeah, these new batteries need to go in. Sweet. So yeah, we got another one here. Let's test that first. Yeah, 3.2. Beautiful. Awesome. Printed side's positive. So I'm gonna point that up because there's a little plus sign there. If you stick these in backwards, like, it won't really damage your thing. You just will never ever save. So your new battery in, and you don't test it, and you're like, oh, it's dead, this sucks. just look inside. Maybe you stuck it in backwards. I've done it before. Like, we all make mistakes. Alright, this one needs a little bit more solder. I'm just gonna reposition that. Nice. It's like I don't know. It's like hot glue in crafts. Like, it's sweet, but you're hot glue in electronics, basically. Awesome. So that should be in there real good. Nice. Let's just double check that. Sometimes when you heat these things, if you heat them too long, you'll like drain some of the voltage. When I was like teaching like co-op students how to like solder batteries in, one dude was like hanging on real long with the soldering iron, and it pretty much drained the battery on him. But it's about learning for those guys, so he learned that that was too long, and he did it better the next time. Pow. And then what else do I got here? I got another silver and a yellow that I have to double check. So yeah, we'll start that whole process again in case you just tuned in. Needs a battery. This guy originally bought this one for 15 bucks. That's a solid deal, because I pay people 20 bucks when they trade these things in at least. Then I replace the batteries, and then I sell them for 30. It's pretty quick turnover. Everyone loves Pokemon. But yeah, we buy these things in damaged because as you're watching, you notice they can all be fixed. This one is in... This is super weird. That's definitely someone did this. That's not a factory solder. And like, see all that grime there? The flux inside the solder like bled out a lot. That's really gross. Also, it got super wet at one point in the top left corner, and I can't see through these glasses because they're shit. But yeah, there's a ton of oxidization there. Let's... Step 1. Does this game light up? Let's check my sweet old Game Boy here. Something's broken. Okay, Game Boy works. Let me grab some Q-tips. Alcohol? Boom. You don't have to buy the brand name Q-tips. I never do. I was calling that. They pretty much, same with Band-Aid. It's like a brand name, and they got us good with brand recognition. But yeah, any cotton swab will work fine. Pow. Awesome. I have very little alcohol left. Got to go buy some more today. And yeah, I buy the cheap stuff. It happens to be 70%, but usually I buy the 50%. Like, it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. It all cleans and evaporates nicely. So yeah, let's see if this guy can light up. He might be a different fix. Oh, we might get super lucky. Oh, we got lucky here. Nice. I read somewhere that, you know how when you put on like a Sonic game, it goes Sega in the beginning? I read that was somewhere around like 1/8 of the space on the cartridge it took to do that little sound effect. It's awesome though. Like, speaking of brand recognition, like, that's all I think of when I think of Sega. That and those terrible commercials from back in the day. The like, Sega does what Nintendo don't commercials. That looks severed. Let me clean that in front of you. Oh no, they're connected. Okay, that's pretty rad. So it's just super grimy. Oh, okay, cool. Well, anyway, we're gonna take this battery off because that thing's probably dead. No, that thing's perfect. Why was this in the pile? Whatever. Let's at least, while we have it open, let's at least clean the solder points off. Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna get all this old nasty solder off. With that, I'm gonna use a desoldering pump. Where are we here? See, I got this little plunger device. It's got a little hole in the bottom there, and you squeeze it in, and you press it, and it should suck the solder off the board there. It's gonna heat it all up. Get all liquidy and boom, gone. Oh, this thing gets clogged so often. There's this other stuff you can buy, like called desoldering braid or solder braid, or I don't know. If you just go in and say I want some sort of braid to get solder off at the electronics store, they'll know what you're talking about. Oh, there we go. Ew. Ew. But yeah, that stuff you kind of like press the braid on the solder, then you like heat it up, and it kind of like, I don't know, absorbs into the braid. Comes off real nice. This doesn't leave like the cleanest surface, but if you just re-bleed the solder over it by heating it up a bit, should clean it up real nice. Then yeah, while we have it open, if I can find it, which I usually can't, that little pink gum eraser I always have. Yeah, I lost her today. I think I was using it over there somewhere, but I don't really have... I don't really care to go find it. So let's do the old Q-tip method. Yeah. Yeah, this thing got super wet at one point. It's funny. Here's a story for you. So I'd walk to school with my buddy Adam from time to time because we live down the street, and he's been super lucky in his life, like super lucky. He's a pretty talented guy anyway. But yeah, we're walking home, and one day in a snowbank, we see this corner, this black little thing poking out of it, and I don't think anything of it, like whatever. It's probably just garbage. But he's like, "What is that? It looks so familiar." And he went and grabbed it, and it turned out to be a copy of Killer Instinct embedded in the snowbank. And we took it out, and it was soaking wet, whatever, frozen, and we stuck it over the radiator for like an afternoon. And yeah, funny enough, plugged it into the Super Nintendo, the thing worked like right off the bat. Super impressive. That guy is super lucky. He also found a copy of The Tick in the magazine rack at Zeller's. Same plaza that we found the other thing in. Someone just like left it in there. I don't know why kids take stuff around with them. They always end up leaving it somewhere. I did the same thing with like a bunch of crap when I was a kid. Namely a pair of Reebok pumps. I left those somewhere that I wish I didn't, because those things were the best. Alright. Nice little solder joint there. Again, I'm just heating up both places I want to connect it to. I'm just letting the solder do all the work, just bleed over on its own. Perfect. That should be good. So yeah, this battery totally worked. It's weirder than the usual batteries I order in. It's a little bit bigger. But yeah, they come in varied sizes. It's just the little frame that's the important part. Because yeah, you can't solder directly onto the nickel these are made of. The solder just balls up. Also, it's not a good idea to solder onto a battery anyway. Explode. But yeah, there's our Pokemon Yellow back in business. We'll move on to that silver next. And then I got two more. I got a fancy one to show you.
Listen.
And a standard one. Oh, hey. Noatani. Oh, yeah, shoot. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm doing this on creative. I keep forgetting to switch all the stuff. I guess I'll try to do it right now. But yeah, I usually play Minecraft. It's just in the mornings I do a creative stream at work about fixing video games. So yeah, sorry about that. How do you edit this stuff? Edit, please. Okay. But yeah, Notini, if you want to learn how to do this, like, stick around. Sweet. So yeah, now we got... Oh, here we go. Alright, let's change this. I'm not playing Minecraft, I'm playing creative. Coffee. Oh god. Oh no, who's messaging me? Yeah, sorry, Noah Teeny. It is supposed to be a Minecraft stream in the evenings, but in the mornings it's a creative one. Where, yeah, I fix video games and stuff. So, let me just change that real quick. I'm pretty new at streaming still, so I don't really remember to change over that stuff every time I start. So I apologize about that. Playing creative. There we go. Cool, so hopefully that pops me in the right category. Oh, nice, sweet, thank you. But, yeah, I do play Minecraft at night. I have a sweet mountain base that I've been working on for a year and a half. If you want to follow me, you can watch that. If you want to follow this, you can watch this. I really enjoy fixing video games, and I encourage everyone else to learn along with me. Alright, so yeah, this battery is totally dead. They're supposed to read out 3 volts, and this one does not. So, again, we're just going to pop a new one in. And then I can move on to the Game Boy Advance series, which are pretty similar. They just have a different screw to like open them with. This one I'm going to cheat a bit. I'm going to add some solder first, just so I have a nice little area to work with. Awesome. So yeah, new batteries, dirt cheap from eBay. I'm going to keep repeating that. I buy all my junk from eBay. Positive is the printed side, and positive on the top. So yeah, to solder, again, you heat both things are sticking together, and then apply solder. So I'm doing it backwards here. There's a bunch of solder on it already, so I have to heat both areas and let the solder bleed over it long enough to stick. Perfect. And then yeah, do a little tap to make sure it's still in there. Ooh, that thing's still hot. Yeah, soldering is like cooking. It gets really hot, so be careful. Also wear glasses. I keep forgetting it. One day I'm going to turn on the stream and I'm not going to have eyeballs to play Minecraft with. Sweet. These shells are pretty interesting. They start a little offset and then you click them up. It's pretty nice. And use my little security bit to stick her back together. Oh, one thing I neglected was checking the voltage on the battery I just put in. Let's double check that so we're not wasting any time here. Yeah, 3.2. Perfectly brand new battery. And then yeah, I got 2 more here. I got a Pokemon Ruby to work on. And then a sapphire, a special cool looking sapphire. Awesome. So yeah, I got North American Japanese Ruby to fix, North American Pokemon Ruby to fix, and then I got a Japanese Pokemon Sapphire to pop a new battery into. Pretty sweet. Someone traded in my Japanese coach recently for DS. I think I'm gonna take it home and try to learn how to, basically read some Japanese, so I can play through the Japanese series of Pokemon. I pretty much just need to learn yes, no, and what a Pokeball is, and what a Master Ball looks like, and I should be able to get through it. Pretty much, they're all linear. You go through the same little town by town. But yeah, to open up that series... Yeah, Noah Teeny, yep, fixing Pokemon games and stuff. Today, I just have a ton of Pokemon games to fix before I open my shop. And then, if I have time, I was going to open this Game Boy and see if I can figure out how to fix the dead lines on it. Let's jack the contrast up. Yeah, you can see on the left and right, there's a bunch of missing lines that just died out on these old things. Someone said I could reseat the ribbon cable there, but I don't know. I don't think I'll have time for that, though. I'm just wishful thinking. But I do have to fix a bunch of Pokemon games, so that is what I'm going to do for sure. Super Dead, they're supposed to read 3 volts. This does not. And yeah, these ones are a little scarier because all the solder points are really close to like the chips on the, or the pins on the chip. If you bleed over on that, you have a lot more work ahead of you. So yeah, these ones you gotta be pretty careful with, or more careful. There's also a bunch of resistors, these tiny little guys, beside like all the solder points as well. So if you have a fat soldering iron like I do, use a very steady hand, because if you slip, you're gonna mess these guys up a lot. The older series are much easier to fix. Brand new batteries. Alright, sweet. 3.2. Printed side's the positive one. And yeah, the markers are right there. Positive, negative. So printed side down. I like doing the outside first. I just find it easier to like get around. And yeah, I buy the smaller size batteries because the frames are long enough to fit in the larger sizes on the Pokemon, like, you know, red, blue, yellow series, like gold, silver, and crystal. They'll also fit on these, the whole advanced series, which is really, really convenient. Because yeah, from a business perspective, I'd rather ship in one set of batteries than many. Nice. Awesome. Just gonna redo this side. Sweet. Perfect.
Listen.
Oh, the video keeps buffering as well, eh? Yeah, I don't know how to solve that. I got this on a pretty reasonable bitrate going out, but I was reading on the Twitch subreddit, everyone's complaining about Twitch right now, saying things are buffering or things are not loading. I don't know. Twitch is a pretty interesting service. There's so many people using it at any given moment, and like I don't know how they monetize it to afford like better gear, or how many people work there, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty rad service. I remember when it was Justin TV, I used to watch comedy shows on it, and then one day it switched to completely gaming, and I like stopped checking it out for a while. But yeah, then I got right back into it when I realized that it's super cool watching people play video games. I do watch a lot of people playing Minecraft on this thing, which is a lot of fun. Sweet. So yeah, the Japanese ones are the exact same as North American. There's the little timer clock that lets you, or lets the system know when it's nighttime, so you can catch different style Pokemons. I'll double check the battery on this guy. 1 point. Ooh, God, that one's brutal. 0.1. Yeah, we'll just remove this little dude, and then that's all the Pokemon I have to fix today. I did how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 on the counter, but 3 had really good batteries. 2 or 3? I don't know. I'll have to watch it back. I wasn't paying attention. Sweet. And yeah, you'll notice, I hope I'm saying that cool, Niotini, that every time you message me, oh, there it goes. Hey, what's up, Grundlekins? Yeah, every time you message me, Navi shouts out and lets me know that you're trying to interact. But, yeah, you came pretty late, Grundlekins. What comes after the Pokemon games? Oh, I might open that Game Boy, but I don't know if I have enough time. Like, the store opens at 11, and it's 10:36 right now. And I still have payroll to do. Every Monday, people get paychecks here, so that's pretty important. A little more important than my stream at the moment. Everyone needs to get their money. But yeah, again, these ones are a little trickier than the other ones, just because of the proximity of the solder and the pins, and the fact that I'm using the largest soldering iron you can find. But yeah, printed side is the positive one, and these cartridges have the marker on the bottom there. So I'm going to start with the negative, just because this area, again, is way easier to work with than the bottom one. Sweet. Heat both metals. Let the solder bleed over. Do the same over here. Ugh, sweet. That one's nerve-wracking. Nice. Oh, shoot. See, yeah, that's why you always see me click these things with my fingernail. It's to see if this happens, where it just completely separates. So that is that cold solder joint I was talking about, where I didn't heat both metals properly. So that's got to be a little more diligent here. Alright. Let's see this guy. Perfect, that is in there. And I did hang the soldering iron on that for a little too long, so let's double check. Sweet, we're perfect. So yeah, the Japanese series of Pokemon games, inside, it's identical to the North American one, which just proves it's what's on the inside that counts, right guys? Yeah, lining those up is weird sometimes. But yeah, I do like how they click together like that. So yeah, for this one, it's a tri-wing screwdriver. It's like a Phillips, but where's a little marker? Yeah, so Phillips is like a plus. Tri-wing is a little Y. So yeah, this is the one you need to buy in order to open these dudes. So when do you stream, record Minecraft? Oh, thanks. Ha, wicked. I usually do that at night. I do it silently. I don't really talk when I play Minecraft because I'm too busy thinking about my cool Minecraft world and what I want to build next. I do ramble like crazy on this thing though. But yeah, usually it's in the evenings that I stream Minecraft, and 3 times a week in the mornings I stream this thing. But yeah, next time I will make a point to change the name so it's not saying I'm playing Minecraft when I'm actually fixing Pokemon games. But yeah, so that's what we fixed today. This whole series of dudes. These guys were already good, so I don't know why they were in the bag, but they were. But yeah, all those guys got fixed this morning. Super easy to do. Very small amount of tools necessary. So I think you should try it at least. What's the worst that could happen? Well, you could burn your hands and your eyeballs. There's a lot that could go wrong, but try it. You may as well learn it. Sweet. So these were in some sort of weird order. Yeah, that's how they went, because they belong to 2 different parties. Sweet. So that's that. I do actually have a few more minutes, so let's rip this old school Game Boy apart just to see what the inside looks like. Because yeah, I would like to figure out how to fix the deadline issue. So yeah, if I turn the contrast all the way down, you can pretty much see it a bit, but on the left and right side of the screen, completely dead. Oh, nice. Hey, Lone Wolf Cry. What's up, dude? That looks suggestive, what you typed. But yeah, so let's rip this open and see if this will... Oh, God. I don't know. Let's just open it and see what the inside looks like. So yeah, these are... You're welcome, a Lone Wolf Cry. So yeah, these are tri-wing as well. Like, I guess this started way back in the day, the security bit thing, because traditional Nintendos were just Phillips, and now all these have crazy security bits. So yeah, let's pop this thing out and see what the inside looks like. They did come out with a bunch of different colors of the Game Boy. They had the, like, Play It Loud series, which was a bunch of different colors, like, and a whole 90s, like, teen angst ad campaign. But they also had this clear one where you could see right through it, and I love the idea of clear shells on like electronics. I don't know, the inside of stuff just looks super cool, which is why I decided to stream this, because I thought other people felt the same. They want to see the inside of stuff. Alright, so yeah, this has got 6 screws on the back, no hidden screws. A lot of times when you're opening stuff, you'll notice there's a hidden screw behind a serial number. This is before they started doing that. Xbox 360 controllers totally have that. So if you're trying to rip one of those apart and it's not coming apart, look under the serial number. There's totally a hidden screw. Sweet. So pop the back off. It's a tight fit here. The ribbon cable for the screen goes right in the back, right before you unsandwich. So I'm just going to wiggle that dude out. Sweet. So yeah, there's the front of our Game Boy. And there's the back of our Game Boy. So yeah, we want to take a look at the screen. So let's get into that. So yeah, now they switched to Phillips screwdrivers. Oh, it is so pretty. Yeah, the inside of stuff is amazing. I love it, and I'm glad you like it too. But yeah, this one's super clean, surprisingly. I have another one over here that's disgusting. Again, totally out of arm's reach. Yeah, so these things have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 little mounting screws on the inside. Seems excessive, but I guess they need to keep a ton of pressure on the button contacts. I always wanted to modify one of these so you could plug a Nintendo controller into it and set this up like it was a little TV. So if any mod dudes watching this in the near future, because I do plan on sticking these on YouTube, so if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, that makes me feel super good. And then forward it to one of your mod buddies, because I would love to see someone shove a Nintendo controller into one of these. Maybe, if I get enough free time, I'll do it myself. Yeah, time is so thin right now. I have far too many projects on the go. It's a tad overwhelming at the moment, but push through. Alright. Yeah, today's going to be busy too. So like payroll happens, I work all day, a lot of prep goes out. There's like a PS4 that goes out, an Xbox One. There's a couple 360s and a PS3 on the ground that got traded in yesterday. So like all that has to be done. Hydro is coming to install new gas lines in our basement, so like I gotta babysit that whole thing. Oh, it's gonna be an interesting day. Alright, so this board, I think I got all the screws out. It's still in there pretty good. There seems to be little clips here. I don't know what those are for. But if I move them, this thing becomes looser, so let's experiment with that. Ugh. Nice. So that is the inside of our Game Boy. So yeah, it works the same as Nintendo controllers. They're little carbon contacts with little pads that touch and like complete the circuit. So that's super easy to clean if you ever get a malfunctioning one. You clean it the same way we did on that Nintendo cartridge tutorial thing. The other thing, so someone was saying that if I reseat all of these, I'll fix the dead line issue. But I'm like super skeptical on that. I don't think that's gonna happen. Also, I just wasn't pulling hard enough. Like, you don't have to undo those little clips. That is how you get the screen off though, so heads up, you don't have to do that move. Just use your muscles. Yeah, okay, well, let's go deeper. What's under this? Because yeah, I still don't believe that that's what the problem is. I don't know though. My screwdriver sets. I thought I brought a little tiny screwdriver to work with me, just for this kind of stuff. Here's a tiny one. Oh, here's a super tiny one. Cool. Alright, sweet. Ew. It's got some grease all over it, like I used it for something nasty. Ugh. Oh, there was something I took apart 2 weeks ago on this stream that was just gross. Forget what it is, but it had the nastiest glue on it. Ugh. I'll look back and find out what it was. Alright, so yeah, those clips come up, and then I should be able to look at the bottom of this. Oh god, there's so much crap going on. How does anyone build these in a factory? Oh, weird. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that guy's telling me. There's places to reseed there, like a bunch of solder points, and then a bunch here. So it's vertical lines that are dead. So like, I don't know how this thing even works. There's like a billion small wires on it. Maybe messing with it fixed it. I doubt it though. Okay, well, whatever. It's open. Soldering iron's on. We're here to experiment. Let's try what that guy said. Let's just heat these things up. Definitely melting something plasticky. This stinks like hot garbage. Yeah, I bet you that screwed it up like way more than it was. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, sometimes someone will suggest something to you, or you'll read it on the internet and you'll be like, what? And then you go and try it and then you find out it just makes it worse. Like the whole like toothpaste on the CD trick. Like, I don't know why people do that. I guess toothpaste is like abrasive. Toothpaste is really just like what, 4 rocks ground into a paste, so like I guess. But yeah, I don't know, like refinishing a CD with that, like I assume it would just be really blurry. Like it's not like a fine polish. But whatever, teach their own. Oops. Keep forgetting screws.
Listen.
Oh. I use toothpaste to take the haze off my car headlights. That actually worked? Oh, okay, maybe there's some truth to the whole CD thing. Huh, that's interesting. Like, you read that online? And someone was like, try this? Yeah, he went over it with wax after. Oh, okay, huh. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll have to do that on stream. Test the validity of that claim. Putting toothpaste on your CD works. I've also heard... Yeah, I think it would mess up a CD as well. Someone also said put peanut butter on a CD and that would work, and I was like, come on, dude, you've got to be messing with me. But I don't know. Sitting at a game store, you hear a lot of weird things, like a lot of weird things with confirmation bias. Like it worked once, so like it'll work forever, type like thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm way skeptical, that's for sure. But yeah, let's put all these 10 screws back in, put this thing back together, and if that works, I'm gonna buy the guy who told me that a coffee, because that's a sweet trick. But again, I'm crazy skeptical. I don't think reseating all those little pins is gonna do the trick.
Listen.
Oh yeah, you can buy a paste that you put on a CD that will fill in the missing data. Like, yeah, if your graphics are messed up, like it'll fill in all the pixels, right? That's a little inside joke. Grundlekins, if you didn't know, used to work here. And yeah, one day a kid came in and told us that he's got a paste at home that fills in all the missing pixels on his game. And I was like, really, buddy? That's so amazing. Pretty sweet find, dude. Because, like, you don't tell a kid, like, he's BSing you. You just let him ride. But yeah, that was the best. There's also that dude who would hack his Pokemon games with Linux. Exclusively just with Linux. No other software. He'd just use an operating system and hack his Pokemon. It was amazing. But yeah, kids say the darndest things. That's what that show is called, right? Oops. See, again, I feel like I'm missing... No, I guess not. No, okay. 10. Yeah. I am so skeptical. I don't think this is going to work. But, like, if it works... I have, like, 800 Game Boys in the basement to fix. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be Game Boy rich if this fix actually solves the dead pixel problem. I don't really have a theory on the dead pixel thing. It's just something I noticed happen over the years. But yeah, sometimes shocking it with voltage by like clicking it on and off will like solve that. Only sometimes that has worked for me. Alright, let's try this. ribbon cable. These things are a pain to get in, like the old style ones. The new style ones are like super easy. There's like a clip and then you snap it down. But yeah, these ones you gotta put tons of pressure on, and they're so thin. Alright, any power switches to be aware of? No, good. On the DS Lite, when you're putting that thing back together, like, be aware of the switch position, because just the smallest amount of pressure will knock that switch right off the board, and it's the tiniest amount of solder points to fix that thing, like way tinier than this thing can handle. So you'll have to buy a real soldering iron for that one. Alright, let's stick these 6 back in, and then moment of truth. We'll see if that guy's suggestion worked. At one point, batteries exploded in this. There's like a bunch of white powder everywhere. So I'm gonna have to make a point to wash my hands before I do anything else. Oh, sweet. Boom. But yeah, I definitely played the Game Boy like crazy when I was a kid. I had the whole like side latched battery pack as well that you wear so you don't have to continually suck up your AA's. I had the Handy Boy. I still have one here. I'll find it one day for you guys. There's a video on YouTube. Rerez was at our store, and he like was looking at old weird game items, and he found the Handy Boy and set it all up. It's a monstrosity. It's like 2 speakers that unfold. It's like a joystick edition, like extra buttons, like a giant magnifier and a light on there. It's the most horrendous thing ever. It weighed like 80 pounds. Yeah, I used to like... I had this thing all kitted out. That was definitely the Game Boy, that's for sure. Oop. Sweet, one last screw and then moment of truth. We're gonna see. I doubt that worked. If anyone does think that worked, leave a comment in the chat. Let's do a vote here. So far it's 1-0 for dudes who think this is gonna work. Wait, 0-1. I don't think it's gonna work. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright. Pokemon Gold. Yeah, that didn't work at all. So maybe I did it wrong, or maybe that guy's telling some tall tales. But that method does not fix that. Let's try that. Let's try freaking it out again. Jack the contrast up. Nope, this thing's done. So yeah, if you know of a fix, like, find this video on YouTube and tell me that fix, so I can recover a ton of busted Game Boys. But for now, we got a good 5 minutes before we open. I'm gonna see how far this guy got. Ryan. He's got 1 badge, but 13 Pokemon. Oh, nice. He names his guys. A lot of the times I have to erase these before I sell them, because some people get pretty creative with their names. They name them like Dick Butt and like Cocksore, like pretty bad stuff. And I'm supposed to sell these to kids, so yeah, I'm in the habit of deleting all these things. That's for sure. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for checking this out. There's a bunch of people. 3 people chatted to me today, so that's amazing. That's better than 0. So yeah, thank you Grundlekins, thank you Lone Wolf, and I'm pronouncing this wrong, but let me find it up here in the chat feed. Thank you Nowatini. I will play Minecraft for you soon, but until then, thanks for watching, and totally check out my YouTubes and subscribe to it, because it makes me feel super good about myself. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go mop the floor. Have a great day. See you later, bros. Oh god, I always do that so late. Alright, hey guys, I'll be stopping in a second. My computer's the chud. There it goes. See you later, bros.